All right, boys and girls. Day 4. We're on day 2 of the $600. They call it deep stack. It's not really deep stack. No limit hold'em event. We got about 12 to 15 bigs, I think, around that ballpark. 525,000 in chips. And see what happens. Well, first break, day 2. I started out really good. I ran very well. And brought my 500 up to like 2.2 million. And very first hand I had aces. One interesting hand was guy raised under the gun. I looked down in the big blind. He folded around to me in the big. I had pocket jacks. Normally I 3-bet, but for some reason I called. Can't tell you why, because it was under the gun raised. So I called. Flump came ace 7. I checked. He bet, and he bet really small. I check raised him. Like, like 30,000. I check raising like 120,000. And he's like, And it does look suspicious. Like, there's no flush around the board or anything. But I really raised with an ace here, right? So he calls. Turn, I checked. It was like a offsuit 6 or something. And he checked it back. River again, it was like inconsequential. Offsuit 3 or something. So, like ace and all low cards. And I bet about quarter pot. I bet 100,000. And the purpose of this bet is not just because I think I have a weak hand. No, I don't think he has an ace, because I don't think he'd check back an ace. He might, but I want to get called by a lower pair. Like if he has a pair of 7s, pair of 8s, pair of 9s, pair of 10s, I'm aiming for value from those hands, and I expect him to call with those hands, and I'm good. I'm getting value from him. If he ships it, I'm going to have to fold, obviously, because he must have an ace. But he just called, which is good. And I showed him my hand, and I was good. So he said he had a pair above the board, so he had like, I'm guessing 8s or 9s or something like that. So yeah, that was really the main interesting hand. So I think we got 4 minutes left till the break. Can't really think about anything else. We had one hand that was like a huge pot. That was guy shoved it all in with like short, 400,000 or something. The next guy reshoved. He had like 1.5 million or something. The next guy after him had just sat down. He reshoved. I was like, holy shit, right? Looked down to the small blind. I looked down at aces. I'm like, obviously I'm not folding, so I shove. And the thing is it's like, not only is it a huge pot, but the guy pretty much has me covered. The new guy just showed up that was the reshove to the shover, right? So I'm like, boy, if he gets lucky on me or something, this would suck, because it dropped me down to nothing. I said pretty good as far as number of bigs, so 30, 40 bigs. And I'm like, oh, but I'm not folding aces free. And funny thing is he had aces as well. And both of our aces held, and we chopped the pot. Like we got an ace 9, the other guy was like pocket 8s. So that's it. Back to it. Turn them in. All right, so we're in the next break, and I'm sitting good. I got 40 big blinds. I'm sitting good, and apparently I'm like one of the chip leaders. Actually, with only 40 bigs, because at the average stack, I guess, is less than 20, is what Gary said. Gary's an upswing poker guy, the level up guy on YouTube. So it's kind of cool talking to him. He was at my table, and he's in there. We only got about 50 people left, something like that. So that's it. No big interesting hands. I've just been, like I said, I love it. More than anything, I've just been running good. I hope it keeps up. I had queens versus ace king, won that flip. I had one hand where I raised in the cutoff with king jack. That got called in the big line. He really should have 3-bet with his hand, because he had ace queen. If he 3-bets, I have to fold. And but he called. And the flop come queen 10-9 with 2 diamonds. And I bet. And he jammed all in for like 2 million, big bet. No, less than that. But it was over $1 million, maybe. It was maybe 2 million. It was a big shove. I bet 300,000. He jammed, almost 2. And of course, I thought the nuts. I'm calling, and he had ace queen, and I'd held. And the turn was a Broadway card, and we'll put a jack on there. That would give him a higher straight. But thankfully, I held, and yeah. So doing good so far. Doing good. So, keep going. All right, guys. Dinner break. We're down to 3 tables. 27 people left. And, yeah, I have about 9 point something, 9.2 million, which is about 19, 18 big blinds. Still okay, but I had 40 big blinds and lost a number of hands. Just weren't really good, and then just not as good on the other table. Just I had a hand that I raised ace 10 on the button, obviously, and then the big blind called. Flop was like king deuce or something. It was a paired board. I think it was something like that. And I bet, and he called. Turn was like a 7. Check. River. He ended up betting into me, but he bet really small, like giving me like 8-1 or something. And I guess I could call fold there. I really should fold because what is he? But I called and he had pocket eights, and the river was a queen too, by the way. It was king, low cards, and then a queen, and it feels like a value bet with a low pair, or maybe a trying to get me to call with something weak like ace high or a smaller pair or something. But I really felt like, boy, I should have raised there. If I raise it, he can't call, and so I missed an opportunity there. Got to take this opportunity. Didn't think he had a king, and I should have been more aggressive with that. And I had a guy. He only had 6.5 bigs, but he looked so strong. And I'm in the small blind. I had pocket sixes. I folded, just like a read base thing. I feel like maybe I should have called there, for sure. I mean, on paper I'd say it's a call all day. But then of course I only have 25 bigs. I guess I should have called. I could have called, but and so I just lost a couple hands that dribbled me down, and I didn't really win any hands that last couple levels. I don't remember when I won. As soon as I sat down, I won one where I hit the 9 on the river, and then I got involved with a hand too, a big hand with the blind versus blind, and I completed. I should just throw this junk away. But okay, you complete in the small. 8-4 off. It's a horrible hand. Flop comes queen 8 deuce. I bet he calls. No, queen 8-7. I bet he calls. Turns like another little card. I check. He checks. River is another little card or something. And I think we check. I don't recall. But anyway, the chips add up, right? So, but he had an 8, but he had a better kicker. So it was just unfortunate. Yes, when he checks back the turn, I don't know. That's probably a good spot not to bluff because I don't know if he's calling. But he seemed like a tight kid. Like he's pretty tight. Give me a lot of respect. So probably got a bet big on that one too and taking it down. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's where we're sitting now. So now we're dinner break. Guys, we have 12 players left. Problem is I only have 7.5 big blinds. Just have not caught anything. I was down to 3 big blinds on the button. Now I was looking at it. 7 deuce, 9-3, 7 deuce, 6-4. It was not even 6-4, 6-3 off. I was just not so card dead for so long. And, and then guy raising under the gun, and I'm on the button. And I look down at king, queen off. I'm like, yeah, that's best hand I've seen in I don't know how long, quite a few hours. So then I just on a cold streak the last couple hours. I hit that king, saw the king queen. So then I shoved, and it wasn't that much more, like one big line more for him to call. So he called. He had pocket threes, and I had king queen, came jack deuce deuce, and then jack, and then a queen on the river. So hit the queen on the river, won the race. So got like 8 big blinds. Right before break, last hand right before break, guy lost a big hand, 10s versus ace 8. Same guy, actually, that I got the few chips off of. And he hit trips 8s versus the guy's 10s, pocket 10s. So now he's down to nothing. He shoves. I look down at the button. I have ace 9 suited of spades. I'm like, of course, I'm getting in there with him. I'm going to reshove with 8 bigs. And the next guy had rejam before I got there. And I'm like, oh, well, I have to fold now. So I folded. And the guy who rejam had 10s. He had ace 10. And the board ran out 3 spades. I would have had the nut flush. That would have been a big triple up for me. I'd have like over 20 bigs, which would be huge for me. But unfortunately, I did not call. I made the right fold. But would have. Would have been a good triple up, but I did the right thing. But I would have got lucky, but you know. But anyway, yeah. So we're on a quick break here. So see what happens. 12 players left. All right, guys. So I mean, I can't complain for sure. 125K. So came in a great time. So yes, that part is I'm happy about. I was the bubble boy to the final table, got knocked out in 11th, which kind of sucks. But I mean, the last 3-4 hours, I was so card dead. I got absolutely nothing. And then the blind girl came in there, and I got some cards: king, queen versus threes. I hit one a flip. I was blind versus blind. I pocket queens, and I wonder if I should have just, you know, completed there and not try to get some more money out of it instead of just jamming, ripping it. I thought that looked weaker, but if he has nothing, he can't call. You know, if he flops a pair, blind versus blind, you know, maybe I can get a full double up there. So thinking I did that wrong, played that wrong. I should have just completed. Even though you're taking a chance when I'm so short, 7 bigs, try to, you know, get as many as I can. Funny is the guy had in middle position, like I said, ace 10. The next guy had 10s. I had ace 9. I would have hit the nut flush, but of course I made a fine fold. And I just since she left, after we went on break, and then went back to another guy, and it was the same shit. We switched decks. The red deck was treating me terrible. The blue deck was, I was finally getting some cards, but then when we went on break, we switched decks and dealers again, so it went back. And then I was back to the same BS, and could not catch anything. I was super card dead. I really should have. The guy, Asian guy to my right, he was literally raising every single button. Even though I didn't have any cards, I had pure shit. I should have started jamming on him. Didn't even matter what I holded, because he was raising every hand. So every time I was folded to him, and we were only 5-handed, he would raise. So if I stick in 8 bigs, he's not going to call because he's most of the time. And then, like I said, I had nothing. And under the gun, I had literally, like, what I have, 6 bigs under the gun, and I wanted to shove, but I queen 3 off. I could have, 5-handed, probably should have. I have some fold equity there. Although I'm sure some of these guys know that I'm probably pretty light there. But anyway, and then I was in the big line. And like half my stack was in with Andy in the big line. Gets around to the button, and he jammed, and it felt like he was strong. But I looked at 6-7 off. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million. I got 3 million behind. I can't fold anything. So 6-7 off I'm going with, so I went with it. And he had ace king off. So I had 2 live cards, but unfortunately he won. He held. So that was it. That's about it. I just so card dead forever. It sucked. It really sucked. I ran really good this whole tournament. And the last 3 hours was just pure run. As soon as we changed tables to 2 tables, I just could not catch a thing. I just ran bad. I couldn't catch it. I was so card dead. And I had those couple cards, like I said, that one brief moment. And then they went on break. And then we went back to the other deck. I think it was. And it was different dealer. It was the same shit again. So, okay, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I should have flatted with the queens, blind versus blind. I should have jammed. Didn't matter what I had against the guy. I was raising every button to try to pick up chips. A couple things I'll look back on. Maybe I think I should have done different. That's it. I mean, that's it. I was super duper card dead. So, all right. That's it, boys and girls. Going to go to bed now.